Good afternoon, passport holders. Today, July 10th, 2017. That's a Monday. Making today day 983 of the vlogs, if I'm doing my math right. Obviously, sounding a little funky, so I don't know if I just can't beat this cold or if just had one too many beers last night kind of thing. 2 o'clock as we stand here. I have just cut up Ask Gary V 258, which was released earlier today. It's being put up and available for the outsourced captioners to handle. I did wake up pretty early today. My first kind of wake up was at 5:30 a.m. I then went back to sleep, woke up again at 8, went back to sleep, woke up again at 10 and 15. But every time I woke up, I tried to make a little bit of damage on something. So Clintus's vlogs up to today's, which I think came out like at 11:30 or so. All those captions are done. I have Yoga with Adrian line leveled and ready for a final review. Obviously, Ask Gary V I just split and sent up. Haven't touched the Relentless talk or the other talks, the Budapest or London talks that came out over the weekend. I'll get to those at some point. But for right now, I'm just trying to figure out kind of what's off with me because I'm sleeping well and I'm sleeping a ton. And so I can't figure out exactly why. Lunch or breakfast, whatever we're calling these meals, because it's all kind of weird given my schedule, is done. So I've got to let that cool though. And yeah, today should be pretty simple. Obviously, with the 18th very quickly coming and the end of my contract with Gary, I would love to be able to get as much of that done before then, so that I'm not having to work much later after the 18th with closed captioning Gary stuff. So yeah, guys, pretty simple day. I'm not gonna lie. Probably gonna just go watch an episode of TV while I eat, and then come back here and finish Yoga with Adrian. All right, guys, driving up north to my place in order to take a quick little second shower of the day, shave, those kinds of things. Make sure that everything's okay at my place as well. Vlog edit got done. Yoga with Adrian got done. I went outside and skimmed the pool again, just one last time for today, in order to make sure that that was all good to go. I just don't want, a ton of leaves sitting on the surface and then sinking to the bottom and then being sucked in by the pool cleaning device that is there that runs automatically. I'd much rather try and keep that as clean as possible, make life simple for myself and for the pump. So, yeah, that's kind of it at the moment. Just kind of moseying through the rest of today. The vlog should be live here by the time I get to my place, which I'll be able to check through my phone. If there are any issues, obviously I can grab just the necessary pieces and head back to Ben and Kamie's in order to make sure it goes live, because obviously if I don't before I go to work, it won't be live. So it should be a pretty simple set the rest of the way. It sounds like they're going to still have me doing outbound stuff this week on the phones, but that I'll kind of really move into training for that on the inbound side next week. A couple more emails came into the work email inbox, which technically I'm not supposed to be checking from outside the office, but it's a Google hosted account, so it's easy enough for me to be able to do. My big thing is that I'm not sending anything to clients, I'm just seeing what's in there, which I don't think there's any harm in that. So should be good, should be interesting to see kind of what the rest of the night holds, and obviously getting paid for 8 hours on a 5-hour shift is pretty nice. So that's the plan, that's what's going on, guys. Now just get on the 143 and get through this traffic up to my place. Alright, guys, obviously on the road again, heading up to North Scottsdale for this shift tonight, this abbreviated 5-hour shift, but I am actually going super early. And the reason for that is twofold. First and foremost is that Jamba Juice has a location up there. I would like to know how reliably I can use their app in order to get something that isn't straight up fast food that far north. So if I can place those kinds of orders there or the Boston market up there, that would really be ideal. Wow, that was weird. So that would be ideal for me not to just constantly be doing In and Out and Carl's Jr., things like that. So if I can get a healthier option on the table for me, I certainly will. Additionally, I did bring my QC25's headset and adapters, associated adapters, in order to test that out before I technically go on shift. See if that all works, make sure that I'm not screwing with their ability to hear me barging in on calls and things like that, so that they can coach me. So I'm pretty excited about that, seeing how things are going to go, and yeah, should be a short little shift. got verified the vlog went live, putzed around, got the mail, which included my new debit card, which I'm super excited about because my debit card chip was failing at POS systems. So nice to have one that's now working again properly. And that's kind of it, guys. It's going to be pretty much the rest of the calendar day. I will pick up a camera on my drive home. And I am expecting that we are going to be forced to stay the entire 5 hours this time around, that we will not be getting any kind of grace on cutting out 15 or 35 minutes early like we have the past couple of weeks. So we'll do it. We'll piece right through and see if I can't get some wins on the board. Like I said, or may have edited out, I'm not sure if it was in one of the bad clips that I had in there. My suspicion is that I'm going to continue to do outbound calls all week before next week when we make the switch for me to go inbound. So I'm cool with that. Now just to get up to North Scottsdale and grab this Jamba Juice. As promised, Jamba Juice. Back out here on the 101 after a shift, but it is all monsooning up in this thing, minus the rain. I've got tons of dust, tons of wind, lots of lightning, so it's coming. Kind of thinking out loud, figuring out kind of what I need. Do I need to go back to the apartment for anything? And the answer appears to be no. Oh gosh, I'm getting notice of standing water on the freeways. Fun. So I'm gonna go directly to Benakami's. I've got Clintus's episode from today. I've got Ask Harry V from today. I have files on hand for all of them. So part of me says, there's a ton of work for me to do. I should do some of it or all of it. Part of me knows that's not the right play. I'm going to let everything kind of sit because of the change in my schedule that goes into effect tomorrow. I've got effectively 21 hours off tomorrow, so it's effectively a third day where I'm off. So I'm going to use that to be the reason why everything kind of comes together tomorrow during the day. So my hope is that I can stay up until 5:30 and try and realign my sleep schedule for that, because I will have to drive home after getting cut at 5:30 in the morning. So going for that route. But today at work was kind of crazy. We lost one of our guys because of just an inability to perform at the levels expected. So we're down to kind of this core four. And it's, funnily enough, the four of us who have been like really the most active and supportive of one another, sharing experiences, taking notes, kind of that thing. My night was crazy. On a 4 hours on the phone, 4 hours opportunity on the phone. I was on the phone almost 2 hours of that. Almost an hour with one customer in particular, and I got creative about how I was handling it. So my hope is that that will convert into a sale, and I think it's super highly likely. Unfortunately, I couldn't get all the work done because our technical team didn't get it done. So who knows? But it does seem like the right kind of path for me to take inbound to tech, to support, and then to sales in order to meet people's needs. And quite frankly, I couldn't be prouder of the way that I conducted myself on that call. Even though things were going crazy and she was contradicting herself, I got us to a good spot with a good solution where she complimented me on not one but two separate calls and asked, that I let my supervisor know that she thought very highly of the way that I was conducting myself. So gonna head home, hopefully not with a ton of rain in the way, but off we go. All right, guys, so 2:30 at this point. What's happened? And I apologize, I don't have the moment lens on there. It's upstairs when I got undressed. Wanted to get comfortable. But what's happened? Well, I got back here around 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock tomorrow will be my lunch hour, or lunch 30 minutes. So I wanted to eat and begin to habitualize my body to that. So I did that while watching an episode of Game of Thrones. Just kind of reflected on tonight, the things I learned, figuring out all those pieces, new different types of problems from customers and whatnot. Kind of sad to lose the guy we lost, because I thought that he was actually pretty darn cool. But if you can't do the job, you can't do the job. So I understand where the business side of it is. 8, watched an episode of Game of Thrones, didn't see The Bachelorette was on, so I was like, all right, let me just go chip at today's episode of Clintus, right? Let me just run the line level, or I'll do it. It's like a 14-minute episode. It's not that big a deal. And so in the 25 minutes that it took me to do that episode all the way to completion and into the when was that search engine and everything else, sure enough, 2:30 or 2:25, the episode from tonight that aired for The Bachelorette did run, which is a huge win for me because it's low intensity, not a ton of stress for me on that. Yeah, that's kind of it. I'm going to go watch this and wind down and try and get a long night's sleep, long night/morning sleep, in order to put me in the right place so that I can go and hang wins on the board tomorrow, because I'm excited to be working a full 8 hours. It's been nice working these 5 hours, but I think a full 8 hours will give me a much better idea on what the shift is actually going to look like. And with everybody having moved their schedules around, no single one of us is actually completely lined up with another one. So there's, guys coming in at 7, guys coming in at 8, guys coming in at 9. I think one of them's coming in at like 7:30 because of some personal stuff. So kind of one of these things where it's actually going to line up a lot better if they do stagger us in like that. And we did receive notification as we left the office tonight. We have a manager who's coming back to the night side. So we will have a single manager for the 4 of us. Hopefully, she's amazing. And from everything that Gary was saying, it sounds like that's the case. But as always, guys, thank you so much for your time and your attention. I appreciate them both. And remember, you never stumble upon opportunity by standing still. So go do cool stuff. Bye for now.